Tanya Demps here at TrueFit Boot Camp with another TrueFit formula for you guys. All right, today we're going to get a little technical. We're going to talk about one of the Olympic lifts that we do here, and it's the clean. Now, for today's purposes, we're just going to teach you the standard basics of getting this move down. There's so many levels, and this is a move that has so many moving parts to it that it can be overwhelming for a new member. And again, for the purposes of this video and the purposes of our class here at TrueFit Boot Camp, we have a class of 30, 40, 50 people, and we've got to get them going. So this is the way that we teach them as fast as possible. Now, when we get a private client, we go a little bit deeper into these tips. So if you're just starting, this is going to be the perfect video for you. If you've been doing it for a while and you want to get more efficient, want to get heavier lifts, then stay tuned for those future videos. But for right now, we're going to talk about a few things that you need first before performing this lift. Now, the first thing we're going to go into is we're going to have Michael go ahead and just get that bar up into the rack position. So this is the front rack position. We need to make sure that our athlete can hold on to the bar in this position. So what we're looking for are high elbows, and what I would actually have him do is just come a little bit wide to the side here. We want to make sure that the bar is setting onto his shoulders. We usually would have him lift his throat kind of over the bar so he can kind of get a little bit higher. And what we want to make sure is that he's kind of pressing up on the, shrugging up on that bar and keeping a nice distance away from his clavicle. Now go ahead and roll down right there. All right, so this is where the average beginner is going to be. And this is a bad position, right? It's resting on the front deltoids here. He's basically holding this bar with his shoulders and arms, and he's away from the top of the shoulders. He's not going to get a lot of power here. He'll be fine here, but once we go down into the squat or we go into really pushing weight, this bar is going to he's not going to have a good base for that bar to get drive up on that bar. So we want to make sure that we fix this first. It could be a couple of different things that are holding him back from being able to do this, and we have to break that down, which we have in other videos when we're talking about the front rack position. Make sure you watch that if you're not able to get into this position. So we're going to have him go into that position one more time, and then just make sure you're here. You're able to keep those elbows high, that rack position. All right, relax down. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the footwork. So for Michael or somebody who's kind of been a little bit more trained, we want to make sure that they understand the pulling stance and the receiving stance. So the pulling stance is kind of like a jumping stance, where if I was to tell him to jump over that bar, say, Mike, jump over that bar, boom, I look at where he's going to get ready to set. So that's going to be his power stance. Now, when he receives the bar, he's going to jump out a little bit wider, and his toes are going to turn just slightly out. All right, so go to that jump, 3, 2, 1, jump, boom, right there. Now that position, go ahead and squat down. That's a good squat position for Michael. All right, he's gonna be able to hold a lot of weight in this position. Now go ahead back to that pulling stance, bring the feet back together. Now he goes into that stance, go ahead into the squat right there. That you see, he's kind of rounded, he's nice and flat because he doesn't have space to drop down in between. So that's why we have the difference of the two stances. One, so he's able to keep his chest up and he's able to drop his body in between his legs with a loaded rack there. So go ahead and stand. So we just usually have our members do drills here, stepping in and then dropping down into that squat stance and get really comfortable with that. Once we have that rack position, we go into the drill. So go ahead and grab a bar. Now what I'm going to have Michael do is we kind of go through the same cues. It goes shoulders back, chest out, bend the knees, and all we're going to do is have him jump and catch. Good, right there. All right, so Michael's not wearing powerlifting shoes for this particular video, but if he was, he'd be jumping right down into that floor. We like to get a lot of speed and power. It's a ballistic move in there, but what I want you to pay attention to is where he catches that bar. So we're going to go back down. Chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, jump and catch. Boom, right there. That's what we're looking for. Back down. We'll do one more. Chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, jump and catch. Boom. Good job. All right, now once we have our client and athlete being able to do that position, now we're going to go a little bit farther. So go ahead and drop that bar down. So we're going to go chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees. All right, so from here, we're going to have them extend his hips back a little bit. Boom, right there. All right, so now we just want to get them to play with a little bit of that driving motion. So we're going to go slow. It's going to be on a 3 count. 3, 2, 1, going up, jump and catch. All right, boom. Now, what I'm gonna have him do this time is I'm gonna have him pause after the catch. All right, so drop that bar right back down. Chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, jump and catch, boom, stay right there, squat, and stand. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. Chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, bring the hips a little bit forward, jump and catch, boom, squat, and stand. Good job. Now we're gonna try to put that into one move. All right, we're gonna have him pull himself down under the bar. Here we go, chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, jump and catch all the way down, boom, and stand. All right, we'll have him do that several times, getting that drill, and then we'll go to the second progression. So this second progression is he's gonna get the bar going below his knees. So this adds a little bit more power, so he's able to throw a little bit more weight on. All right, so what we're gonna do is chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, hips go back. So we start to extend the hips towards the back wall. We keep extending those hips, pushing his hips back. Now, once we get right below the knees, so come back up a little bit, what I want Michael to do is keep pushing his hips back, right? And he doesn't have to lower his torso. By sticking his butt back, the bar is lowering. Once he gets that bar below the knees, we're gonna have him bend the knees, boom, right there. Now, if he had plates on the bar, that weight would shift a little bit to the front of his foot. And we're gonna have him come up slowly, 3, 2, 1, boom, right there. Now he's gonna start to bring the hips forward, 3, 2, 1, jump and catch, boom. All right, so we're gonna do that again, back down. Chest up, shoulders back, bend the knees, extend the hips, push back, push back, push back, stop right there. Bend the knees. All right, extend the knees, extend the hips, jump and catch. There we go. All right, so those are our standard coaching cues to get somebody doing the beginning entry of the clean. We try to keep the steps really simple using that jump and catch. Eventually, we won't say jump anymore. It'll be pull yourself under the bar. There are 3 pulls, which we'll go into once you're a little bit more advanced, but not to overwhelm you guys. This is the basic standard. Once you guys are able to get to about 115 pounds, then you're ready to get more efficient, and stay tuned for those videos. I hope this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave a comment below or reach out to us at Michael@Ditanium Fitness. And then that's it. We'll stay tuned for the next video. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.